Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Going Places with Abu Micah, where I talk about all things Canadian from an immigrant's perspective. Now, this video is about the most practical family car in Canada, or if I can say the most Canadian family car that you can get. And this is it, guys. And I know it's an argument, but I'm going to support my argument with a video and a tour of the car, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to talk about why I love this car so much and why it's the most practical family car that you can have in Canada. You want to find out more about that? Do stay tuned. All right, so welcome back, guys. So why am I talking about cars? I talk about moving to Canada, living in Canada as an immigrant. Where do cars come into the process? Okay. Now this is not me just showing off. Our car. Really, guys, this is not a car to brag about. But it's just a very practical family car. And why am I talking about cars? Now, I come from Africa. And a continent with 54 countries, I must add, because sometimes people get offended when I say I'm from Africa and they say, hey, Africa is not a country. Well, who says you always have to mention a country when you're talking about where you're from? Okay. So back where I come from, you can pretty much fit your whole family into any kind of vehicle. Okay. You've got a pickup truck, boom, you can fit everybody in the back, especially if you've got a canopy. Here in Canada, you cannot fit, nobody is allowed to sit in the pan of an open truck. Okay, so even if it's got a canopy, you can't sit anybody in there. Traffic safety laws in Canada, unlike back home, are very strictly enforced. Okay, so over here everybody must have their own seat and their own seat belt. Okay, so this is why it's very important to, when you've got a family, to take these things into consideration when you're buying a vehicle. So that's the purpose of this video today. It's to just put all of that into a video and show you in a practical way what I'm talking about. So like I mentioned, everybody has to have their own car seat. Okay, over here you cannot carry a kid on your lap. You cannot sit a kid on your lap. You cannot hold a baby in your arms as a passenger. Okay, it's just not allowed. So in Canada, everybody must have their own seat. So you can imagine now when you've got, let's say, a 5-seater sedan and you've got 3 kids, right? Or let's say you've got 2 kids, okay? So like in our case, 2 boys, 5 years, 1 6 months. We've got a booster seat for the 5-year-old, infant car seat for the 6-month-old. Now, usually when you do that, you've only got space for like 1 more passenger and that's it. So it becomes very, very practical to have a minivan. So I'm going to show you this particular minivan and why I like it so much and why my wife doesn't like it so much. We call it our V6 bus. So you want to get more into that, keep watching. So this is a very, very common, popular car model in Canada. This is a Dodge Grand Caravan. So it's a minivan, which means it's got 2 sliding doors. You can seat 7 people in there very comfortably. Not very new, so it's again nothing to really brag about. But I mean, hey, who would show off this kind of vehicle? So what I like about, so in terms of practicality, when you've got like when passengers are entering the vehicle, so it's a stow and go. I'll talk about that as well. But to open the door, just tap the door handle there and the door will just slide open automatically. Now this is the infant car seat. Okay, so there's the universal restraint here, and then this is the base. So the base does not move. Okay, you try to shake it like this, it should not move. And this is where we clip on the infant car seat. But if there's no infant here, you can see the passenger comfortably. They've got armrests on each side. So just gonna get inside there, and yeah, so this is pretty much the back. So we've got 7 seats in here. So this is where our 5-year-old sits, and this is where the baby sits, and then that's my wife's seat, and there's a passenger seat, and this is driver's seat. Okay, and right there in the back there's a little like luggage compartment there. But so practicality, this car is a stow and go. So what it means is that you can pretty much fold all the seats and put them under the floor there, and they're pretty much like stored away. So that means that you can have all this space open, so for luggage and stuff like that, and you can pretty much fold away all of the seats, like literally all of them except the ones in the front. So over here there's actually a seat underneath there. So if you just open there, that's actually a seat that I can pull up, and it will sit like this one here. Okay, so I just keep it in there because I mean I don't need 7 seats right now. Mostly it's just the 4 of us. So for the most part, I'm actually folding away these 2 seats, but because I've got a stroller in the back there, I usually like just opening this seat so that our kid here doesn't just play with stuff that'll be here. But you can seat 7 passengers comfortably here. So seat belt for that one, seat belt for whoever is here, seat belt for whoever is here, seat belt for there, another seat belt there, and then driver and passenger side. And then of course there are some hooks there. You want to put a suit. Yeah, you can hang stuff over here. And then of course climate controls. You pretty much it's a full house, guys. So that's pretty much on the climate side. And also when you are not putting anything like here, okay, so like when you don't have a seat underneath there, you can actually store stuff in there. So this is where I put my jack, my spanners, some fluids like some extra oil, coolant, stuff like that, just in case I need to top up on any of the fluids. So, and then over here, this is where I keep like all the warm stuff in winter. But yeah, pretty much that's that. And then over here, there's a video entertainment system over there. There's a DVD in there. I don't know if it's gonna play, but yeah, there's disc 1, disc 2, so you can put 2 discs in there, and you can pretty much switch between them. So very useful for kids, like when you've got a long journey. And there's actually a remote controller for the for that as well. So, and then you've got your climate controls here for the back. So I'm just gonna fold that up. And then you also got climate controls, driver side, passenger side, and also the rear. So in terms of pretty much features and options, hey, I'm not a car expert, but you've got your cruise control. You've got you got a backup camera there. That audio system has got an app called Uconnect. It's Uconnect allows you to have hands-free control of your phone, so you can have voice commands and things like that, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the car. You've got all your controls over there, like for the windows and the doors. You can pretty much open these side windows there using those controls over there. So very, very useful, practical vehicle. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the options. So over here, okay, so all the doors are just automatic, so just push a button and the door is opening, and then, or you can pull it over here, locking mechanism so that kids don't unlock the doors by themselves. You can plug in some extra audio stuff there. I haven't done that, but you got cup holders there. You got cup holders over there. You've got cup holders over there in the center console, and also in here. So yeah, you're pretty much set for a long journey. This is the perfect car for that. Tow hitch at the back. You can tow a trailer, you can tow a caravan as well. And over here you got controls for the sliding doors, so left, right, and this is for the rear lift gate. So the rear lift gate will open there. So very, very useful. So I'm just gonna push it there so that it closes down. So yeah, let me just head over back to the driver's seat and talk a little bit about the trim options. So this car typically comes in 3 engine sizes. There's the 3.3 liter, there's the 3.6, and the 3.8. If you want the 4-liter version, you'd have to go for the Chrysler Town & Country. That's like the twin twin cousin of this vehicle. You know, like how Lexus RX and Toyota Harrier are mechanically the same vehicle. So similarly, Dodge Grand Caravan and Chrysler Town and Country are mechanically the same vehicle. Okay, just removing the Dodge emblem and putting the Chrysler emblem, and pretty much everything is the same. So some may ask, why would you want a 4-liter vehicle? Why would you want a 3.8? Well, if you're gonna be towing stuff over a long distance, especially going uphill, you're better off with like a 3.8 4-liter. But otherwise, as a daily driver, I don't pull stuff, well, I haven't at least. So if you're just gonna use it as a daily driver, then you're probably gonna be just looking for the 3.3 liter V6. But otherwise, it's a very, very, very practical family car, guys. And you'll find that these cars are so common here in Canada. Almost every third van you'll see will be a Dodge Grand Caravan. So I like this vehicle a lot. Highly recommend it if you've got at least like 2 kids or more. Then, you know, and you occasionally maybe want to carry stuff, then you're better off with a minivan than with a sedan. You can also consider a 7-seater SUV, but pretty much 7-seater, it's a bit inconvenient because you know, putting stuff at the back there, and also it's, you know, to access the back, you have to fold the seats in the middle, like, and then so that someone can go and sit at the back, and then you have to open the seats in the middle. So it's just messy. Over here, you know, I don't have to fold any seats to access any part of the vehicle, so anybody can just, like, you know, slide in and slide out. So that's pretty much what I can say about this vehicle, guys. The video has been too long, but I hope you found this information useful. If you like, to give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, don't miss out when I upload the next video. See you guys.